زیرکانی سارا.
Oh, was I saying? Oh, I smelled him. Was I saying?
You can do any sense at all.
I can do, well, you know what? I can use any one of my senses, but when I use them, one of them dies. So when I super see,
So
I'm
give a hug.
essentially.
The hug.
Hi.
That's it.
Hi. I don't want to mix you up.
Was that a
Gorgeous.
Hollywood kiss?
It's so nice
You
to
can't
meet you.
ruin your makeup.
She's not, by the way, she comes here today
I'm
from
not
the East
Hollywood.
Coast.
I'm from New York.
Oh, there it is, the New York accent. Rachel's from New York, even though we shoot in Toronto, and I'm not from either place. But it's
Well,
okay.
listen, I'm interested in the fact that you and your family are from Afghanistan.
Yes, we are.
You left like 3 dramas ago. That was when the Russians
Russians were invading.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
We were. I was a baby, but my dad luckily had enough insight, and he had friends at the Pentagon, and we fled under political asylum. So we were political refugees into Washington D.C.
So you come here, and people mistakenly always call you Afghani, which makes Afghans laugh.
Yes, because it's the dollar.
Yes, the dollar. You're a dollar. I was reading all these stories about you.
Yeah.
She's an Afghani beauty.
Yeah.
A dollar.
I'm a dollar.
But people now we understand a little bit about Afghanistan. But
Yes.
10 years ago, probably people didn't understand where you were from.
No, not at all. It was always interesting. It kind of, people were always very curious. I always say people always used to stare at me because I felt like they wanted to know where I was from. Like, they're just kind of like, what? Is she Indian? Is she Latin? Is she Italian? And I'd be like, no, I'm from Afghanistan. And people would just,
Oh, okay.
huh?
Next.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Next.
Right.
And then, unfortunately, it became a very big national topic, and
Sure.
the information that was given about it was really quite dreadful as a national from the country. You're just so terrified that people are seeing only the single-minded extremists as the entire view of an entire nation, which is not the case whatsoever. So then it became very well known, and then it was more like, oh God, you're from Afghanistan.
Wow, what's that like?
Yeah, right. Well, if the women look like you, sign me up to go over there.
all go
So you're
right.
like, oh gosh, no. So
But also the way you look allows you to play 57 different nationalities.
Well, I
Yes.
was going to say you look Latina,
Yes.
you look Indian, you look...
I've played
can-
Indian, I've played Greek, I've played Italian, I've played Girl Next Door, I've played All American, I'm playing Middle Eastern right now. I've never played Afghan though. It's the one ethnicity. They always have to fight for it. They're always like, well, she doesn't look Afghan. I'm like, no, this is Afghan.
Right,
like,
right.
I was a refugee. They're like, she doesn't look like a refugee. I'm like, well, no. I am. That was us. That was our entire family.
It's funny to say, you're not a bad Afghan. Let's get that woman from Spain. She'll play it better.
Exactly. They're like, let's get the girl. Like, yeah, they usually do cast Latin American actresses in those roles, and you're just like, And I refuse to play Latin American because there's so many wonderful
do you have
actresses.
A lot of, oh, that really?
Yeah.
You have a lot of family back there?
My mom's there right now.
Doing what?
You know, she's been there fighting for my grandfather's land. And so she's been there for almost 4.5 months. And she calls and she's like, oh, do you want me to bring you a boyfriend back from Afghanistan? They speak English, though. You know, they're not like the way you know. They work at the embassy. I'm like, no, mother, I don't want you to bring. She's like, oh, you're single, huh? It's okay. Don't get married.
Stop
Don't
it.
waste your time. I'm like,
Your mother's funny.
my mother's hysterical, man. She's like, oh, do you want to talk to the housekeeper? Get on the phone. And the woman's like, salam, and I'm like, they're speaking so fast because I also, the language has evolved over the last 25 years. So it was different. I got nervous. I was like, oh my goodness, I have to get in there and
Do you
really
have people you
practice.
talk to here so you keep up to date with the language?
Yeah, well, my cousins are here. One of my cousins does my makeup sometimes, and my sisters are here, and my mom and my stepdad and all those people. So most of my family came over from here. So yes, and then the rest of my family's still in Washington, D.C.
What is your mother's feeling? I mean, a lot of people do feel that when the United States and the so-called the Allies pull out,
Yeah.
that Afghanistan is going to revert back to either the tribal areas or Taliban control. What's the feeling your mother has?
Well, there was a really great story in the USA Today about how so many of the actual local village leaders are really kind of uniting to fight against the Taliban insurgency. Like, I think they're really kind of sick and tired of all the crap that the Taliban pulls, which is, you know, very dangerous. It's complete and total injustice. And my mom is one of those people who really loves having, you know, the NATO there, and like feels like that's a real big protection. I think
Well, is there a
everybody's
fear that all
concerned.
women are going to lose their rights again?
Yes, there is a huge fear, and that's something that, you know, is on the forefront of conversations with all the women's groups and everything, and that's a conversation that needs to be had regularly because, I mean, just in general, I'm a global ambassador to a charity called Women for Women, and something that I learned is that in the countries where women are the most oppressed, there is the most suffering. And if you look across the board, you definitely have to take care of women's rights first and make sure that the women are nurtured. And